There is a buzz in the air in the sold-out arena here in Indianapolis, Indiana. We've got the San Antonio Spurs facing the Indiana Pacers. Welcome to this Sunday morning edition of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg. And the starting group for the Spurs, we've got Dominique Wilkins and Robinson. And for Indiana, and Davis. The Spurs didn't have a great year on the road by their standards last season, Clark.
But, Kevin, you know, they were still over 500, and that makes you a good road team. I mean, what do we say? 6, 7, 8 teams usually in the league are above 500. Just a very disciplined group that lends itself to being successful on the road. Tough-minded, focused, and all about taking care of business.
Now here's Wilkins. Now here's Johnson. Leads him in. Got a piece of it.
Good anticipation for the steal.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Guys, I spoke with the head coach of the Pacers. Right away, he told me that personally, he likes the challenge of taking on a team with the offensive firepower they have. He said, as a coach and hopefully as a player, it's fun because it forces you to think a little bit harder. And so many times that can translate into a special performance. Something we'd love to see, guys.
Thanks, Doris, reacting to the offense they're seeing out there.
Yeah, you can watch all the film in the world, but adjustments have to be made, and those are made on the fly.
And with the Spurs on the road, part of that is because they're such a calm and collected team. They don't seem to get rattled away from San Antonio.
Well, it's difficult to rattle players that have 4 rings on their head, Kevin. I mean, there's something about that championship history that keeps you calm and composed on the road. They've seen it all, they've been through it all, and road games are no problem.
Rebounded by Jackson. Here's Indiana. And for the Pacers, a 32 and 50 record overall last season, number 10 in the Eastern Conference.
Not what they expected, Kevin, but at home, the Pacers did end up 23 and 18.
Johnson over to help. Miller jacks up the triple.
Good. When you get the ball, take your time, draw the defender, then make the assist. That's textbook.
Indiana on the 4-point game. Johnson, the pass to Wilkins. Right side Wilkins. Hits the 15-footer. Here's Jackson. 52 seconds left in the first. Outside, Davis. Miller outside, and again, it's the Pacers from deep. And Clark, home court advantage really can be a huge boost to a team count.
And you find it being the case more with younger teams, Kevin, because it really does give a team like that a burst of energy, but for any team, it helps.
Here's Elliott. Can't hit, as the Pacers taking it the other way. From 11 feet away, and again, it's Indiana converting.
When he gets it going like this, you've got to double team it. That's your only hope.
And so here is San Antonio. Pass to Wilkins. It's good. Wilkins got his second bucket of the game to go.
Speed is only part of the equation here. He's not blinding quick, but he was determined to take that one to the rim.
Takes it up. The Hail Mary from full court. That's going to do it for the first quarter. It's the Pacers up 5.
Kevin, their offense has been flowing right from the get-go. It's been fun to watch.
Don't go away. Back in just a moment. Both teams neck and neck as we begin the second quarter. Here's Jackson. This Spurs team was swept by Phoenix last postseason. First time in the Duncan era they lost to the Suns, Clark, in a postseason series.
And you could almost see it coming, Kevin. I mean, Phoenix was firing on all cylinders, and the Spurs appeared to be a little worn out and not quite able to handle that high-octane efficiency of the Suns.
So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Johnson. Guarded by Jackson. Wilkins. Back to Johnson. Clock is at 3. Here's Elliott. Nailed it with just a little time left on the shot clock.
That's exactly what a coach wants him to get his shot, Kevin, right there from mid-range.
Wilkins against Davis. Miller up on top. Number 27. The shot misses. Now San Antonio the other way. From downtown. And Wilkins gets it to go.
For 3.
Wilkins got 7 points. Here's Jackson. 44 seconds left in the second. Here's Miller. Indiana again missing. Here's San Antonio now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Jackson against Johnson. Pass to Wilkins. Rips it down.
Uh-oh. A little bit of a statement made there while he hung on the rim.
That's one way to make sure the whole building knows exactly what you just did. That was some awesome above-the-rim action from Sprite we just saw in our Sprite Slam Camp. Indiana trailing here. They need this. Kept alive. Dampier. And he flushes it down with one hand.
He is so tenacious on the board. How many times have we seen putback like that from him?
He can clear out the paint like very few others can.
You know what you might call him, Kevin? A rebounding.
I like that. That's right. And that'll do it for the first half. Game time. Back in a moment from Indianapolis.
Sunday Hoops right here. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's get you out to the HP Halftime Report. The Pacers living up to their team moniker tonight, setting the pace in this one. They've played gritty D and have been hauling in the defensive rebounds. And San Antonio also bringing it. They've been in an incredible rhythm offensively. If you're wondering why it's dark in the gym, they've shot the lights out. Dominique Wilkins having a huge impact. Lighten up that scoreboard. He's making it ring like a pinball machine. These two have shined bright so far. They've led the way in scoring for their teams in today's action. That's it for us. We hope you enjoyed the second half action. Now let's get back to Kevin Harlan, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke.
Goes in a tie game as we enter the second half. Both teams going up. Here's Jackson. The Pacers finished last season with a 9-21 record against the tough Western Conference.
Well, we call it the Wild Wild West, Kevin, and for good reason. You don't win games out there if you're not playing at a high level. The West has had an edge over the Pacers for a long time now.
On the court for San Antonio. And Robinson. And so here is San Antonio. Number 15, guarded by Jackson. Number 15, buries it from deep.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Here's Jackson. 1:23 left in the third quarter. Outside, Davis. It's blocked, but he gets it back. It's stolen by Wilkins. And so here is San Antonio. 3-point lead. Stolen away. Here's Miller. Half the break with a nasty stuff.
Great D leads to easy offense.
And it's the Spurs ball. Johnson outside. Here's Robinson. No good. And Indiana will go the other way with it.
Both teams really matching up well on the board. We've got ourselves a pretty good game here, Kevin.
Jackson against Johnson. Goes up. And Jackson gets it to go.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for him.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Elliott. Oh! And he dunks that one in.
Oh, no! Gave the big man a mouthful on that jam.
And a change here for the Pacers. Nice job at the line, and that one falls to pick up the and one.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
Miller, and sinks it from 3. Miller's got 13 points.
They've been trading buckets and trading leads with outstanding competitors out there.
With 2 seconds left, Johnson got hit. Well, it's been an exciting game as we finish the third. Pacers lead by 1. And now let's head to our sideline reporter, Doris, for our Sprite Sport of the game. Doris.
No doubt for the Pacers, the spark has been delivered by that 2 guard. His scoring output so far in this one has really led the charge for his team on the offensive end of the floor. It wouldn't be a surprise to see them go to him in the fourth quarter, guys.
Thank you, Doris. You know, Clark, give me your thoughts igniting his team much of the way.
Well, just a man on a mission, Kevin. His goal is not to let his team lose if he can help it.
Here's Johnson. And Rose. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Number 15. Oh, might have had a three-point play. They couldn't power it down. He'll shoot two.
Wise foul there, Kevin. You can't give up easy dunks.
Sinks the first one, and that ties this game up. Gets them both, and now they have the lead.
That was a huge trip for them, and he made the most of it. Those could be the points that win them the game.
Next, he's started by Johnson. Number 45. And laying it in, and that one falls through.
When the margin's this tight, every basket starts to take on a little bit more meaning.
Here's Johnson. It's Wilkins on the wing. He's started by... Oh, and the dunk by Wilkins!
Right now, he's just too good, Kevin. Way too good. They need to bring a second defender and try to make him give up the ball.
And Indiana has possession. They trail by one. Here's Davis. Can't cash in on the open shot. Now Johnson. Pass to Robinson. Clock at 4. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Number 15. Off the mark with the three ball. So it's Indiana. Less than 1 minute left. Number 27. That one laid up and in off the glass.
Oh, that's much in the clip. They needed that one, Kev.
Now here's Johnson. Pass to Robinson. Back to Johnson. Easy shot. Good on the jump shot.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
And the Pacers call time here. They're losing by 35 seconds left in the game. Clark, what's your tip?
If they score quickly, they'll set themselves up with the last possession. I expect that to be the game plan, but we'll see.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Kevin, the head coach of the Pacers, had some instruction for his guys during that break. He was looking to motivate them, saying, these are the games that you can win. If you hustle a bit harder than them, we can do it. Every loose ball is ours. Go out there and take it from them. Let's see how much hustle they have in them, guys.
And thanks for that story, Doris. So an entirely new grouping now for Indiana. Here's Jackson. Robinson pulls it in.
Tried to add a little flavor to that one. Maybe was thinking about the highlights, but then he missed the shot. Yep, they'll send him to the line and hope for some misses. That's their only hope right now.
Gets the first. That'll put him up by 2. Perfect from the line, and it's a 3-point ball game.
Taking full advantage of the charity stripe here. Stretching that margin to 3.
Timeout called the Pacers. They're down by 3. 20 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what are your thoughts?
You need a 3-hitter tie, but there's still some time left on the clock. If you can get a quick layup or 2, I'd take that and then foul.
And that one's good by Miller.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in. The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it.
And the intentional foul called as they try to prolong it here.
That's exactly what they need to do to pick up this game. Smart foul there.
No good on the first. No good at the strike this time. The second is also. And the Pacers call time here. They're trailing by 1. 10 seconds left in the game. Clark, what's your tip?
They can really use a basket right here. There's still plenty of time left on the clock. Just run the play, execute, find your shot, and drain it.
Here's Miller. And so they'll try to extend the game with the intentional foul here. Good on the first, and that'll put him up by 2. 2 for 2, and it's a 3-point ball game.
That was absolutely huge, Kevin. Couldn't get a stop here. The game's there.
Jackson with it. And they tie. Can't connect to force overtime. And so it's San Antonio who's straight by with the win. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Well, that'll do it for us. For Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, Kevin Harlan saying so long. And as we end the game, we bring you our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.